Here we go. Public apology issued right now by Ryan. We did record a podcast last week. I was exhausted. I was in a bad headspace, but we talked about race issues and stuff like that.
It was a good one.
Dude, it was good. Oh, it was great. It's what the world needed.
People that
I deleted the video on accident. It's not because Lawrence talked more. It's not because I felt slighted and Lawrence talked more than me. It wasn't because of any of that stuff. It was purely
Egos don't
because
get in the way here.
No, not at all. Not mine. Not the dude who has to be the life of every party. And I'm actually doing something here too. You can hear me ticking through my watch. We're going to try to do half-hour podcasts.
Yes.
Half-hour podcast is what we're going after.
Long and we gotta give the people
dude,
what they want.
Well,
and they can't not want. They can't want something if they don't. Well, I'm saying they can't. You can't want something if you already have it, right? So like,
if you have too much of it,
exactly,
you're not going to want it.
Exactly. So 30 minutes is a good.
Yeah, I want to start doing more motions like this so I can
flex on them.
Flex more.
I'll wear long sleeve.
Are you gonna start coming to the gym?
Yeah, man. I'm thinking about. What gets me is the early morning thing. I hate early mornings. I work 4 o'clock and I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning 3 days out of the week.
You think you'd be conditioned though? Like you think like waking up at 4 o'clock. This is the way my head works. This is the way it was for me. If you wake up at 4 o'clock every day, you like waking up at like 6:30 or 7, like you're sleeping in 3 hours. But you're different. You stay up like you're like, oh, I don't have to work tomorrow. So you stay up till 4 o'clock the next morning. You're like, I'm taking advantage of all my time off. Like screw it, I'm in.
Well, it's also hard for me, man. I'm actually diagnosed with like sleep insomnia and like stuff like that. So like, and I try to like stay away. You know how I am. I don't like hospitals. I don't really like medication and stuff like that. So like, and that kind of messes me up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was actually diagnosed with clinical depression.
Really?
And bipolar. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Got it all.
Yeah, I'm a whole melding pot. But like, for somebody with these problems, I care well. Because like, I speak to people and they're like, I don't know. I have anxiety, ADD.
Dude, I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I feel like I wear mine on my sleeve.
Yeah,
like everyone's like, that guy's...
I have a question, though. Did you ever take medicine for those things?
No, I've never taken... Well, a bunch of weed.
Yeah,
a bunch of weed. Dude, it's medicine now. It's medicine now. You can go get your medical marijuana card, dude.
Once I stopped smoking weed was when I started to notice certain things. Like bro, every time I'd leave, yeah.
Mine too.
Well, they were suppressed so long by those things that like I didn't know I had them. And then like the school would call my mom and say certain things to my mom about it, and my mom was like, "Nah, you're not drugging my son,"
right?
And all this stuff. Because I mean, like sitting up there on Xanax all day ain't the best thing for you.
Well, you're just like
and I'm not one of those people.
That's no way to live.
Yeah,
and if you take it and it works for you, good for you. But not me.
But not me. I can't do that.
They wanted to put me on stuff at the VA for all the crap that I deal with, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be aware and deal with it and learn, and have like maybe I struggle for 3 days. But then I know whenever I'm feeling better. Like I know whenever. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like I know when I'm happy.
You can't have you can't have the good without the bad, man.
Dude, my best medicine's when you walk through the door to my shop. Oh, dude, I get so happy. Dude, I was we filmed today for Facebook. Oh, you gotta watch that video, by the way.
Yeah, I do.
It's freaking awesome.
No more Facebook for me. So I gotta find
yeah. I'll show it to you after this. But like I did that. Then it was dead in here today, so I was just like on the computer doing work. I was and then closer to 6 o'clock, it got. I was like, Lawrence is coming, friend time, super fun time, like all these things. Like I kept getting more excited, and now like we're here, and I don't.
Now we're just chilling. It's like
now it's like I don't want to go to bed. Like I'm that kid that like I don't want to go to bed. Like I'm having fun now. Like I'm.
That's because every time we're around, we have a good time.
Isn't it funny how like. You're like the energy, like people have energies that just go and go and go. Cause like me and you, like I'm like I don't want to. It sounds like a douchebag thing to say, but I don't want to say I'm an alpha male, but I have that mentality. Yeah. It's like if I see it, I'm gonna go get it if I want it. Like that's the way I do it. Like I don't wait for somebody else to go get it, which is kind of like the alpha male mentality in like a nut like. I'm not the alpha male that's always like, oh, I gotta be alpha. But it's just like I will go get things done that need to get done, and I will do it until I do it correctly and better than everybody else. And I'll do it subtly. And you're the same way. And usually we don't get along. Our personality types usually don't get along with each other.
I feel like that's more than like just an alpha mentality. A lot of guys, like I feel like alpha mentality is the wrong way to put it. I think it's a dog mentality. I think it's that never quit, that like want more, that always, you know what I mean? Because like. Dude, like you said, the alpha guys are always like trying to be tough.
Well, those are the insecure.
Yeah, those
guys.
are like
they're not. I gotta prove
to the world.
They're not alphas.
Yeah, they're betas.
That's
some beta baby.
Oh, dude,
like,
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, they're betas. Yeah.
I never occurred to me like alpha. I thought like beta goes along with alpha, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what I look like whenever I just learn something.
Well, it's just like if you think about like how we talk about like little like. Now you say little man syndrome for like, they always have to overcompensate for something.
Yeah,
that
that's always like
right?
something.
So like, what does a beta do?
I almost gave 2 examples that would have called somebody out specifically. I almost gave 2, and examples I was going to give. I almost gave 2 examples of things you buy and things you do, and it would have directly called out somebody.
You're going to lose a whole fan base. People are going to be like, oh, nope.
No. But that one person would have been, exactly.
Tight.
Oh, dude, it would have been bad.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's really a thing, though. So like, I'd rather say it's a dog mentality, because to put myself in, even to call yourself an alpha is kind of like.
That's why I didn't want to say
it. That's why you were reluctant. You were like, I don't know if I want it. This sounds douchey.
It sounds like terrible. It sounds terrible.
It does.
You know what's crazy though? Like if you're confident and like you walk out with confidence and you're like, I feel like this, douchebag.
Yeah.
Like people are automatically ready to be like, that guy's an asshole.
That's because they don't understand it. For one, they don't understand it, and for 2, it's something they can never be because they don't understand it, right? Like they're like.
It's fun. It's funny. Things you're scared of as an adult, you're naturally directly mean to. You ever notice that? Like things that you don't understand.
Like difference.
Like dude, like we talked about. We'll get there. We'll get to this. We'll touch this week on that stuff. But like, dude, like so last week we talked about race and like because like obviously I'm white, Lawrence is white, so we don't know much about it. But no, like obviously we know like we understand like the. Sorry, I don't understand the discord that goes on because I've always just been cool with stuff, and you've experienced so many different sides of it. But whenever I was with you this past summer with the spread love stuff and everything we were doing during like all the protests that were going on and whatever, like I saw some of it because I was associated with you. I was associated with you, and I didn't experience. Actually, I did experience it a little bit, like some negative stuff, like whenever our message was not about that, and like I did experience some of it, but like we talked about that last week, but like that's adults acting out of fear
because they don't understand.
Because they don't get it.
Yeah.
And imagine, like how many times, like dude, whenever I was like 23 to 29 years old. If there was a guy that was like I thought bigger and better looking than me that walked into the bar, I automatically didn't like that dude.
Really?
Dude, I used to be such an ass. Oh, dude, I've told you so many times. I used to be such a douche. It is terrible. Not that I've made leaps and bounds to not be. I just tell people I am so they know what to expect. Like like.
At least you're real
dude,
about
it was
man.
So bad, dude. But it was because I was uncomfortable with myself. It was uncomfortable with where I was in life. And I was easily intimidated. So my first reaction was just like, I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. Keep him away from me. And it's like, why? Why don't you like? You don't even know that guy. You know nothing about that man.
You know what intimidated me? Quiet people, bro.
Dude, quiet people don't intimidate me. I just don't know how to interact with them.
What do you do to a
guy? Because I make it weird. Dude, I have quiet people coming into the shop. I'm like, hey. And they're still like, dude, like, I back the poor person into a corner. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, by the end of it, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Talk to me!
Why won't you talk? But like, no, like, I'll be like, hey, like, shop around a little bit. And they'll shop around. I feel like they're unhappy.
That's my thing. Like, whenever I won't say intimidate me, but they make me nervous. They like make me think about like what's like. I also think it's like one of those things where I kind of need that around me because sometimes I get a little quiet.
You need quiet people around you, or you need somebody that
I need someone like quiet, like I need quiet people around me because like, well, you gotta like Because there's times. No, I like the noise when I go to bed.
What?
I'm born in the city, man. I'm used to sirens, people screaming outside. Like, that calms me. It's like the quietness drives me crazy. Like, we live in Bedford, where it's like, I know who wants to kill me in New York. I know who wants to take me. I know who doesn't like me in New York.
Right.
But here, you don't know.
Oh, there's a bunch of hate ninjas here.
Yeah. They secretly do, like, slight shit. Like, they talk behind your back. It's quiet, you know? And that's what's unsettling to me. Because I don't know. Like, I'd rather, like... I would know a dude that don't like me in New York. Because he'd straight up, like, look at me a certain way. Oh, he'll say something. A lot of times they say something. Yeah. Here, they'll literally shake your hand. And with the same hand they shaking your hand with, they stab you in the back with. You know? So it's like... That's why the quietness to me is unsettling. So if I'm in a room and everybody's like embracing me or embracing each other, it's wild. And then there's one dude
who's
quiet. I'm like, I'm paying attention to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he has my attention. Not the whole night. I'm not saying I'm gawking at him, but like in the back of my mind, he's there because I don't know his, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. Like, that's how I feel about that. Like that. That's one of those things where it's like, people don't really make me feel uncomfortable, but the quiet ones, like, that's like...
I thought you just said you needed quietness, though.
It keeps me alert. That's why I need it.
Oh.
I'm never slipping if I'm always expecting something to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when quiet people are around, that's when it triggers.
Interesting.
When it's noisy around me, I know it's going to happen. You know? Like, you can call it, you can see it.
I understand what you're saying. You see, me, like, I'm just always, like...
On point.
Dude, you can bring a 5-year-old in here, and I'm checking him out.
I got like a knife in his boot.
Yep, you never know. You never know what he's gonna do. Could be something I'm not expecting. You know, like I don't trust.
Yeah, no, I feel.
But that's also why I keep my circles very small. My
you have to.
I don't even have circles. I have a circle.
Yeah.
I have a small circle, and it's like it's some of my boys in Pittsburgh. It's some boys here. Oddly enough, it doesn't involve many females. If like my actual friend group,
you don't really like need females in your friend group.
Yeah, I know that.
You don't really even need males in your group because a lot of men act like women, but like
dude, guys are worse, man. Dude, girl,
a lot of them are
we
cold
complain
bitches,
about girls
man.
sometimes, but like.
Dude.
Guys are petty.
Yeah, man.
And they get more, Tom Petty, and they get more butthurt about things than women do.
Oh yeah.
But like once again, guys' ways of dealing with that stuff is like,
be the alpha male.
I'm an alpha male.
Pretend
it's like
you're
not.
No, you're not.
Like I've been around many alpha males.
Mm-hmm.
The alpha males are the ones that just know,
chilling,
and they just
chilling.
They're not worried. They're not trying to do anything. Mm-mm. If trouble comes to them, they know they can handle it, and dude, like that's like a mentality that a lot of people. If more people had a mentality of if trouble comes, find me. I think the topic of this podcast is going to be mentalities of people, or a mentality, because people ask me about my mentality a lot. I ask you about your mentality a lot, so that's. Parameters of a podcast episode 2, mentality.
There we go, baby.
MEN-TAILITY, tality.
Oh, that's cold. I like that.
Oh, yeah, mentality.
That's cool.
Yeah, so anyways, we can't call it that anymore because no one has a gender, though. Unfortunate. Anyways, I'm going to stay away from politics on this podcast. But, no, it's like... That's a perfect example. You talk about politics and everyone has to make that their problem. It's like, that's not your problem. Your problem is how... you treat people on a daily basis. That's your problem. Your problem is that.
And if you
the
suck
fact
at
that we
that,
have a bunch of douchebags down in Washington, dude, like
if you suck at that, chances are
you're a douche.
You're gonna have like you're gonna have a real bad time because everybody's gonna see you as an asshole.
Just on a separate thing, I had a question I wanted to ask you this morning.
What's up? Shoot.
How often do you manscape?
See, my thing is, bro, I don't like being full nude. Like, I don't like the whole.
You mean you
bald.
don't?
Like, I'm not bald. Like, I'm not going bald.
Do you use a guard?
Yeah.
Because then you can nick your nuts.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not trying to do the nicks.
Dude, I used to work with a guy, and we were talking about manscaping one time. He was. I'm not going to drop anything. Well, actually, he was the head detailer at the Benz dealership.
I'm not going to drop anything.
Head
detail at the Benz.
Yeah, but I'm not going to drop his name. I'm not going to drop his name. But like, if you know him, you know this story's true. That's why I put that in there. So I was talking about it one day, and I was talking to my buddy Chrissy, who won't care if I say his name. And I was like, dude, like I was trying to manscape, and whenever you get to the balls, dude, you can nick those, and it hurts.
You gotta be careful, bro.
Dude, but I'm a speed guy. I just want to get it done because I don't. Dude, I go once every 3 to 4 months. It gets really crazy. I carry some extra pounds, and then I take care of it. So, but
my question is, okay, so then I have a question. What do you do it for, though? Do you do it for someone else, or do you do it for you?
Now I'm going to start doing it for me.
But you did it for someone else, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm married, so like...
I don't do anything for anybody.
I'm married, so
terrible.
like it don't matter what I do.
Right.
I mean, like...
Right. No, I did it... No, dude, when it comes to manscaping, sometimes... Like, do you ever... Like, you know how you just go through life and you don't think about something for a long time, and then all this, you're just like...
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
It's a whole forest down there.
Yeah, you're like, what am I doing? Or anything in life.
Narnia.
Like, you're just going... Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia.
There's a witch in there. Yeah, there's a lion going around. Yeah,
it's a wild place.
That's the exact thing I had going on down there too.
See, I say a light Caesar is what I do, like a light Caesar. Like
Yeah.
The stubble. I'd rather not get the stubble.
Yeah.
Bro, I just don't. I clearly don't shave my face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the feeling of the hair growing back. I don't like the itch. I don't like...
Yeah.
So if I get that here,
yeah,
I'm not trying to... You know what I mean? And like...
That's fair.
I'm not trying to deal with that. So I go very light. You know, I don't let it go too crazy.
Nope.
You know, just some light treat.
But anyways, so I was dude at the Benz dealership. So I was talking about it, and I nicked myself up bad that day. Like I remember vividly. It was during the summer. He's like, "Dude, why are you walking weird?" And I was like, "My balls are sweating." Like I cut them up, man. I did a hack job down there. He's like, "Oh," and I'll never forget this because my manager was there, my buddy Chrissy. Like, dude, there were people there. He's like, "Oh man, you gotta take a nice hot shower. You gotta get that bag nice and loose. And you gotta take a straight razor and just."
Oh,
I was like, whoa,
he's wilding.
He is a very, very cool and crazy dude. Like all tats everywhere. Cool, like a really intimidating looking guy. I got into some verbal spats with him like a few times. But at the end of the day, like we had this mutual respect, and I really appreciate who he is because he's real.
Yeah,
he's who he is. If you don't like it, that's cool with him. There's more people in the world.
Yeah.
Dude, he was telling me about that. I was like, man. One, never use a straight razor.
Yeah, that's...
Two, first time I use it, it's definitely not going to be cleaning out the bag. Like, no. I don't care how hot the shower was. I don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, and he's an intense dude. And one day I finally got him to look at me, and like I wasn't my intention, but one day he looked at me, he's like, "Dude, you're nuts." Was the day that it was whenever I lived in Pittsburgh, I bought my house, and I was in my house for a year, and my one girlfriend moved out, and a month later my hot water heater broke. And that was in October.
Oh yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
November, December, January, February,
that's crazy.
With no hot water,
That's
and
crazy.
Every morning I would jump in that shower and be like, "All right, woo," and just like get into it. And I made myself stay in there for 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And dude, I learned how to speed shower, but dude, like I was mentally, I was a monster. Like,
it's all mental. It's all in the mental.
No, then the next day I get COVID. Oh. That was
funny.
Talk about the universe as being like...
That was funny
Like,
as hell.
is it, Ryan? Is it all mental?
I'm like, yo, why are you out here
Put on
in
some
shorts
pants,
and
you douchebag.
T-shirt? You're like, nah, dude, it's all mental. We're
Hey,
going to
see
get
what
pizza,
happened there,
we were
though?
drinking and all that.
All of that came back to... mentality.
Yeah. Universe speaking to us,
wow.
man.
That
Universe
was good.
speaking to us.
But dude, that's what's crazy because like there's so many mentalities. Like, and you have a different mentality at every stage of your life.
Yeah, that's true.
You do.
That's true. That's
like
very true.
like right now, I am my mentality right now, I guarantee, is different than like whenever. Oh, by the way, Nixie's birthday party yesterday. Little Nixie butt, Lawrence's daughter turned
old,
1
man.
year old.
Yep, baby turned 1.
1.
Yeah, that went by fast, dude.
Dude, I remember seeing her like whenever I first started coming around. She's like she's an actual person. I'm gonna go on record. I might get my ass whooped on live on camera. Not live, but on camera, because I'm not gonna delete this because we're too far into it now. I don't think any babies are cute. I think, dude, I think there's not. I will not think my child's cute. I will not think your children are cute. You have cute kids, like gorgeous children, smart.
Thanks, man.
Athletic, active. I don't care what they are now, but whenever they first come out,
you always say that. How do you say new?
Just no sense of anything, and dude, their heads are misformed. And
yo, somebody told me one time, he's like, "Yo, dude, I'm not gonna front. I think kids look like aliens when
they
they're
do.
first born."
They just are. Well, dude, imagine. They were in a different world. They were in a different world inside mommy's belly.
Bro, I don't believe in
different...
calling like babies. Bro, it could be an ugly baby, but I don't think I'd ever like view because
That's why I'm not around babies.
They're so pure and stuff. It's like it doesn't like.
No,
I
mean like fresh babies.
Yeah, I don't even see that.
That's because you're a father, probably. My kid's probably gonna come out and be so pretty, and everyone else is gonna be like, "Now that's an ugly kid. Now that kid is effing ugly." And I'm gonna be like, "Look how cute it is." It's gonna look like Bubba, but like, yeah, hair everywhere. I'm gonna have a Wookiee baby. I'm gonna have a Wookiee. I think it's the best thing ever. Oh, dude, but like, no, like, I don't think babies are cute. I don't know how we got
like
Nixie.
You're like the third.
But Nixie's super cute.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like, I'm universal, so you can't get mad at me. I'm not gonna look at one baby like, oh, that's a cute baby.
You can't
and then
be
like
mad
I'm gonna
at
look at
anybody's opinion. You're not the first person that's told me they don't think. I heard multiple people tell me that newborns are ugly.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm not calling your baby ugly. I'm calling babies ugly.
Yeah,
like, am I calling your baby ugly? Yeah.
Yeah,
but
when it's a newborn.
Yeah, but it's all of them. Like I said, I just said like you have gorgeous kids. Like people get offended by that crap all the time. Like you can't say that. I'm like I can.
It's your opinion.
You can't tell me that thing's cute. Look at it. I've never seen a dude. I went to high school with a kid, and we had to turn in pictures, like senior pictures, and like a picture, and then a picture of us when we were baby, like now and then. Dude, he looked exactly the same. Dude, this kid, I was crying in the locker room. He was like, "Oh, this is my baby." It's like, dude, like he looked like a little adult baby of him. Dude, he looked the exact same. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen something like that before in my life. Like nothing changed.
That sucks.
His head even looked the exact same.
That's crazy.
Dude, his head was massive as a child. That would have been a shitty job getting him in the car seat, man.
Yeah.
Like strapping a water. It'd be like having a watermelon on top of 5 straws trying to strap it into a car seat. That thing's not getting in there. I don't think so, dude. That was one top heavy ass baby. Like, dude, if that thing went running through the playground, it better not trip. Take 5 grown men to pick him up.
You're out of control, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, my mentality's so good this week.
No, that's good, man.
I'm in attack mode with everything again.
Good. That's how it's supposed to be.
Dude, but it's great because, like, it's weird, though, because it takes, like, I have, like, people always ask me what I do, like, whenever I'm slow in the shop. Because obviously, like, in a retail store, you're not always busy. You have your ups and you have your downs, and then, like, you have your level spots. Like, it is what it is. But whenever I'm down and slow is whenever I'm like, okay, this isn't going to happen again tomorrow. So, like, what are you planning for tomorrow? Like, this isn't going to be next week. Like, what video can I do? Like, what advertising can I do that's different, that can draw people in, that's relevant and all this? Like, so my head starts going crazy. Like, my downtime, like, I just start working. Like, I just start going hard. Because, like, when there's people in here, I can't work. I can't formulate. I can't be creative, which you're familiar with. Like, whenever you're busy, it's hard to be creative. Unless you're, like, doing something that's repetitious. Like, if I'm in the gym, I have some good ideas sometimes because I'm there, I'm real focused on what I'm doing, but as soon as I let go, like, my mind, like, frees up a little bit, and that's, like, where stuff comes from.
My boy Bob told me, he tells me this a lot. probably like 4 or 5 times he's told me this. He says, when you're multitasking, you're not good at anything.
Oh, it's true.
You know, like
dude, it's
your
completely
focus is
true.
so divided everywhere that what the hell are you giving your absolute all to?
Right.
Nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
nope.
So like, yeah, I get you, man. I sit up there and I think like that a lot of times. I'll sit up there and be like, damn, why can't I? You know, like when I get writer's block.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there writing raps, but then I'm tending to my kid.
Yeah,
I'm doing this. I'm doing
you're
that.
Not
and
fully
it's like, I'm not even.
there.
I can't. So I just put it down. I'll come back to it later. You know, because like you said, you do too many things at one time. You're not good at shit.
Dude, it's true. Dude, it's completely true, man. And that's what I do whenever I'm in here. Like that's like a lot of people, they look at downtime as like downtime. Like downtime, like that's whenever you don't do anything. And like for a lot of people that are successful, like yeah, you need breaks and stuff, but like a lot of people that are successful with something or build something or like are over here like trying something and like it starts working, it's because they're just so relentless with it that downtime isn't downtime. Like downtime is just extra minutes in the day where you can put towards that goal or whatever. And it's just like that's the mentality that I have with a lot of stuff. Like as soon as I wake up, I'm going.
So I have a question for you now.
Yes.
Because you said all that. When do you believe in your day that you have actual downtime? Because I know your whole regimen is crazy. You get up, ass crack early, go to the gym.
Yeah.
You come here, you do videos, you think about videos, you're making videos.
I run a business on top of that.
You're slinging shit out your shop, your clothes out of your shop.
Yeah.
You're putting in orders. You're doing all this stuff. So when do you actually have like peace time, like just you time, like just like actual like downtime?
Dude, right before bed, I meant to start doing this, but I'll usually like do something before bed, like watch a movie or something like that. But I can't like I'm focused on something else and not intrinsic. So what I do is now I stretch for 30 minutes at least before I go to bed. David Goggins stretches for 2 hours a night. 2 hours a night. He's like this ultra badass dude, like Navy SEAL, like all these things.
Oh, black bolt guy. Yeah,
crazy,
badass,
crazy,
he's insane. Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, he's nuts.
He stretches for 2 hours a night, and the reason I started doing it is because he was like, people always say they have all these injuries. He's like, no one actually takes care and like loosens up their body and like opens up everything in their body. So I was like, I want to start doing that. So it'd be like 5 minutes at night, and then it was like 10 minutes at night, and I wouldn't do it for 2 nights. But now I meditate while I'm doing it because I'm so tight that like it hurts to stretch a lot of things. So I have to go into this like meditation state and focus, really focus intrinsically on staying in there. But then that starts to loosen up, and you can feel it. But then you're still like in this intense focus, and that's where I get my peace from. That's where I get my stuff from, because I know I'm doing something that benefits me, solely just me. And then I also get, dude, like you get into these, if you go into like a deep meditation state, you start like just weird things in your body starts happening. Like you really can like feel a lot of different things. And I love it. Like I absolutely love it. That's why I go out into the woods and meditate.
Yeah.
Try to go into like this deep meditation. And it freaking works, dude. And I love it. And that's part of the reason why I can go like I go, because I can take that time and just say, okay, you're going to calm down, you're going to recharge, like, and whenever you're in the pain and whenever you're in the hurt and whenever you're trying to figure out how far you can push a stretch or yourself physically or anything like that, like energy wise, like whenever you're trying to figure that out is whenever you learn a lot about yourselves and like how you can trick yourselves into doing these different types of things. And that's where I get my energy from. Because like you learn a lot about yourself through just being there.
Yeah, it's just you and you. Like it's
that's it.
No one
like,
else.
It's just,
like
and
you're
that's
just
why I
getting
like
to
working.
know yourself.
Dude, I get a lot of pleasure out of working out though too, because like if I don't do it, I don't do it. It's on me. If I don't lift that weight, no one else is going to lift that weight.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to start your day. I try to do the hardest thing I can in the morning before I start my day. So no matter how my day goes, I know I've already done the hardest thing in my day.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
So like, mentally and physically trying to push past that shit. So like that's I just went on a rant. I have no idea what even question you asked. What I do for me.
It makes sense. Yeah.
What I do for me.
It makes sense.
What I do
like,
for
yeah.
To summarize all that, what I do for me is
take care of you.
I take care of myself.
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
That's a good way to have downtime.
And if there's things that don't correlate with what I'm going after, like you've seen it happen in my life, it goes like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm headed this direction, and I'm going to get here. But if something's coming this way, it might hold me still for a minute.
But you got to get past that.
But then I'm going to get somewhere else regardless of what this thing is. I'm going to get somewhere else just because I can't not.
Yeah.
Because it's going to drive me
insane.
Oh, dude, it would drive me
nuts.
That's
crazy, man. That's dope.
If I'm not progressing with stuff, like, but then on the flip side of things is I have to remember to be thankful for stuff too. Because like that, like being actually thankful for something is extremely hard. Being able to slow down while you're pushing and being thankful for what you have, and then wanting more on top of that, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I also understand. It's even deeper than that. You got to understand what everything is around you before you could even keep pushing forward. You got to understand why you're going this hard for this.
Yeah.
Why you're happy to have this. Why you got to understand those things, because like we had that talk before about like the millionaires and all that stuff, and how like they get so depressed because they have everything, so they don't even know what they're driving for anymore. They don't even know what they're working toward. So yeah, it is a very important thing to understand what you have and where you're trying to go and stuff. So,
I think that like because I thought about that conversation we had, and I was like, crap, like what happens if I'm a millionaire? I'm that dude who goes really crazy. But then I was like, but if you're always focused on being a better version of yourself, then you're really never going to get that bored, because you'll find something else. Like you'll find another project.
You'll try to perfect yourself.
Yeah, you'll find something. Dude, if you handed me $10 million right now, I'm not going to stop working.
Yeah,
I'm going to take $500,000 to do something really dumb. Dude, dude. So we all bought lottery tickets one time out of the Benz dealership, and if we hit it, we each would have got like 150 mil. Me and my buddy Zato looked at each other like, we know $1 million's going to. We're going to Mexico and just getting a 50-gallon drum of cocaine. Like, dude, like we're gonna be gone we're gonna get it out of our system. Like we're gonna go out of our system. So when we come back, we have 149 million. But dude, if you hand me $10 million right now, $500,000 would be going to something stupid. Something stupid.
You have to.
But then like.
Get it out of your system.
I'm pushing this company, and I'm pushing this podcast, and everything's going to go forward with that money, because very rarely are you given a chance. That's what I feel like about all of this, like why we're doing the podcast. Like dude, I'm on one today. You're just listening.
I know. I'm listening at this.
You're just listening.
Well, I knew it was something when you hit me up at 8 a.m. this morning.
I said I'm on one, and you said yeah.
I said, yeah, let's get it.
Said, let's go.
I like this. So,
but like, dude, like that's why I'm so insane on like doing the podcast and like doing stuff with the business and everything, because like I have that chance right now. People are paying attention right now, and when you have somebody paying attention in this world, I don't care if it's 10 people. They're paying attention, and then you know that you have something that can grab their attention. Dude, whenever I started this, I had, like, go back to my old Facebook videos. I had no clue what I'm doing. Now I have some videos that have over 400,000 views, and it's like, all you do is once you have someone's attention, you keep their attention, and you're thankful for that attention. Then you keep on going. Then you keep on going. And like I feel like right now is my opportunity. That's why we're doing the podcast. I feel like I've been given a gift of somebody that like I can get along with, and we banter back and forth. And like, dude, last week you did most of the talking. No one will ever know. Because I deleted that shit. I was not gonna be overtaken. But like last week you did all the talking pretty much. Now I sat here and asked you questions, but then there's gonna be weeks like this, but dude, like the way we interact and like the way like
we have a very like different chemistry.
Oh bro. Yeah, and it's like that's really an opportunity. That's an opportunity to push something forward. And like you never, and like the main thing is, I also think like you never know. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. You never know who's going to watch this
and be like,
and see something, and be like, I gotta invest in better equipment for them. Yeah. Well, then we get better equipment. You know, you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to walk through the door, and that's why I'm always just like
go
because you like that's the way you're prepared for anything that happens in life. And that's the way you're on that level where as soon as somebody says go, you're like, ready. I'm already there.
Yeah, I did that already. I'm
there. It's like I'm there. I did this, and this. Dude, my brother-in-law's like that. Dude, he has a hunting podcast that gets so many downloads. He averages like 50,000 downloads a month for his podcast. And he murders it. And he had a meeting with a big company, a big outfitting company, like arguably the biggest outfitting company.
Damn.
And they went into the meeting to meet him. He went into the meeting with a plan for them on how to use him to push their brand forward with one of the most unique ideas I've ever heard in my life. And the guy literally, I was talking to my brother-in-law, who is like my brother. He's been around me since I was 5. I'm 32 now. And he was like, dude, the guy, and he's in advertising, so he's highly intelligent with this stuff.
A beast with it.
He knows. He knows. And he told this guy this stuff, and the guy was like, holy shit. He was like, that is awesome. He's like, he's like, I'm presenting that. And he's like, and we're going to start working on that. And like, he went from a meet and greet to
being basically
a possible valuable
crazy.
Commodity like that, because he can do something no one else can do. I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want
somebody
to
ain't gonna sell the idea.
But like, but I could probably even say what it was, and no one else could accomplish it.
That's crazy.
And that's where I'm at. It's like anybody I meet, and that's the mentality that you have to have. Like people, like if you want to be successful, just be ready.
Yeah.
Just be ready. One of the guys I know, he owns a very successful company. He's like, I tell people there's mainly like 2 things you got to do.
Show up
and don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dude, you keep showing up to the barbershop, eventually you're going to get a haircut, right? Like, and that's true. Dude, I just listened to the Undertaker podcast with Joe Rogan. You know the Undertaker.
Yeah. He was my favorite. He was one of my favorites.
Dude.
I really like Triple H and X-Pac.
Dude, I was like,
that was my dude.
Me and my dad would watch it like when we were younger. Like when I was younger, like early 90s when Undertaker was fresh.
Did you see like Jimmy Fly snuck in those guys? Like,
Ultimate Warrior.
Like, so you got to see
like
all
original
those guys.
Ric Flair. Like,
yeah, I'm a little younger,
all those guys. And I don't remember it vividly, but I do remember the first time I ever saw Undertaker.
Yeah,
and all the lights went out on the TV. I'm sitting in front of the TV and I look back at Dad, and then this man appears. And he was like,
big ass man too.
Oh,
like 7 feet, like
6'9",
300 pounds.
6'9", man,
like,
6'9", 300. His name's the Undertaker. Like, dude, like that's he's my favorite wrestler.
Nuts.
He's my favorite wrestler of all time.
He was definitely one of mine.
He was nuts. I remember his Hell in a Cell matches against Mick Foley, against Mankind.
He threw him off the top of the cage.
Slammed him into thumbtacks. Like, dude, Foley was nuts.
I like Foley. Foley was wild.
Dude, he was that guy that just had relentless pain thresholds. But anyway, so I was listening to The Undertaker today, and he was talking about how soft people are now. Just like how soft they are. We're at 36 minutes. We're at the cut this second. Yeah, I know. He was talking about how soft people are, and he was like, yeah. He was like, whenever I first started out, he was like, his trainer, he was in college, sleeping in his car, scrounged together $2,000 to get trained. His trainer took his money and left. Didn't even train him. And then he started getting like these small matches around in the booking agency, like the big booking agency where he was, because there used to be territories. The big booking agency for his territory, for 8 months straight, every Thursday, he would go in and just sit in the office until it closed. He would be there from open till close, and no one ever talked to him. 8 months straight. What? And he was getting ready to quit, and somebody finally talked to him and booked him, and then everything just went from there.
That's crazy.
8 months. Dude, 8 months with no one paying attention to him, living out of his car.
Dang.
Right? Dude, that's
wild.
That's relentless.
That's wild.
That's a mentality right there.
Yeah, that is a mentality.
And that's how we're going to end this podcast.
Yes, sir.